Listen up, because I'm not wasting my breath repeating this. This pruning saw is what keeps your orchard alive and your fire burning when the world's gone to hell. It's not flashy, it's not a chainsaw, but it's sharp, it's precise, and it'll outlast you if you treat it right. Look at the teeth. Aggressive, sharp, made to bite into green wood like it's butter. The blade's sturdy, no flimsy metal that bends the first time you lean into it. And the handle? Better fit your hand like a glove because you'll be using it for hours. A cheap saw will jam, skip, or snap off in your face. A good one, it'll cut clean, every time, year after year. You use this for everything. Pruning fruit trees? Cut just above the bud. Angle it right, and you'll get more fruit than you know what to do with. Need firewood? Small branches come down easy, no wasted energy. Building a shelter? Saplings drop smooth and straight. And if you're quiet about it, you can clear a path without announcing yourself to every raider within a mile. Here's how you do it. Brace the branch. Angle the saw so the teeth bite on the pull, not the push. Steady pressure, no forcing it. Let the saw do the work. And for God's sake, watch where the branch is going to fall. I've seen men take a limb to the face because they were too lazy to think ahead. I remember last winter, the apple trees were sick, black rot creeping in. Took this saw and cut out every infected limb before it spread. Saved the harvest. Another time we were pinbound by a group of scavengers. Used this saw to cut a path through the brush, silent as a ghost. They never even knew we were there. Out here, a pruning saw means the difference between a tree that feeds you and one that rots on the branch. It means firewood without the noise of an axe. It means shelter, tools, survival. But it's not forgiving. You rush it, the blade will bind. You angle it wrong, it'll kick back and split your lip. And if you let it get dull, you'll be hacking at wood like a caveman while the rest of us are eating. A pruning saw cuts clean if you use it right. Use it wrong, and it'll teach you a lesson in blood and broken teeth. Now, who's ready to learn how to cut without losing a finger? Or are you all just planning to starve when your trees die? Listen up, because I won't say this twice. This file and this stone are the only things standing between you and a world of dull, useless junk. You want to survive? You keep your tools sharp. Because out here, a dull blade isn't just annoying, it's a death sentence. The file. See how the teeth bite? That's for fixing the damage. Nicks, dents, a rolled edge from hacking at something you shouldn't have. You use this first. Same strokes, same angle, every time. No guesswork. A cheap file will round off your edge or snap in your hand. A good one, it'll bring a ruined blade back to life. Then you move to the stone. Coarse side first, circular motions to grind out the imperfections. Fine side last, straight passes to put a razor on it. And you keep it wet. Oil, water, spit if you have to. Let that metal get too hot, and you've ruined the temper. You might as well throw the blade away. You use these for everything. Axe dull from splitting wood, file the edge, stone the bevel, and it'll bite deep again. Knife won't cut. 10 minutes on the stone and it'll shave hair off your arm. Machete dragging through brush, sharpen it right, and it'll part vines like they're not even there. Hell, I've even turned rusted scrap into a serviceable spear with just these two. Here's how you do it right. Find your angle and stick to it. Test the edge. If it catches on your thumbnail, it's not done. And don't rush. Sharpness isn't luck, it's patience. I remember last winter. Storm rolled in and the only axe we had was so dull it was bouncing off the logs. Took this file and stone, worked it by firelight while the wind howled. By morning, that axe was splitting wood like it was nothing. Another time, found a knife in the ruins, rusted, pitted, barely recognizable. An hour with the file and stone, and it was field dressing a deer before sundown. Out here, sharp tools means less work, fewer accidents, and more time for what matters. A dull tool slips, it jams, it wears you out, and when you're tired, you make mistakes. A dull tool is a dangerous tool, and out here, dangerous gets you dead. Now, who's ready to learn how to cut without losing a finger? Or are you all just planning to starve when your trees die? The fire crackles low in the stove, casting long shadows across the cabin walls. Russ shifts beside me, his breath slow and steady, a quiet reminder that I'm not entirely alone out here. I run my fingers along the handle of the shovel, smooth as river stone now, worn down by years of calloused hands and hard work. The wood's warm, almost alive under my palm, like it remembers every shovel full of earth it's turned up, every root it's unearthed, every shelter it's helped me build. This shovel's seen more than a decade of work. The blade's still sharp, but not without its scars. Nicks and dents from rocks, from frozen ground that fought back, from the times I had to use it for more than just digging. Every mark tells a story. That notch near the edge, that was the winter of 2018 when the snow came down so thick and fast I had to carve out a path just to reach the woodpile. The handles darkened where my grips worn it smooth, where sweat and rain and blood once, when I slipped and caught my thumb, have soaked into the grain. People think a shovel is just for digging. They're wrong. Out here, it's a lifeline. You ever try to build a fire pit in wet ground? Without a shovel, you're fighting a losing battle. Scoop out the sod, dig down to the dry dirt, and suddenly you've got a place to keep the flames alive even when the world's soaked through. And shelter. A shovel is your first step. Dig a trench, pile up the earth, and you've got a windbreak or a lean-to frame before the sun sets. Snow, same principle. Clear a space, pack the walls, and you've got insulation against the cold. And buried your waste proper, and you won't draw predators or sickness. And if you know where to look, that blade'll turn up roots, burdock, dandelion, even wild carrots if you're lucky. The earth gives if you know how to ask. But it's not just about brute force. You gotta listen to the earth. Feel the resistance when the blade hits a rock or the way it slices clean through loose soil. That tells you what's coming, whether the ground's gonna hold or give way, whether you're about to hit water or bedrock. A shovel's not just a tool, it's a conversation. Grip it firm, but not too tight. Let your legs do the work, not your back. Learn that the hard way, and you'll spend a week barely able to stand. And keep the blade sharp. A dull shovel is worse than no shovel at all. File it bound after every hard use, oil the wood so it doesn't split, and it'll serve you longer than most things in this life. I've used the shovel as a weapon, too. Not proud of it, but out here, you do what you have to. A solid strike with the flat of the blade can buy you time. The weight's balanced just right, heavy enough to do the work, light enough to swing all day if you have to. Rust stirs again, lifting his head just enough to meet my eyes before he settles back down. He knows the rhythm of these nights, the quiet, the preparation, the respect for the tools that keep us alive. Outside, the wind hums through the pines, a low, steady sound that's almost like company. A good shovel is like a partner. You take care of it, and it'll never let you down when the storm hits. Out here, that's not just wisdom, that's survival. Sharp edge, solid handle, balanced weight. Those aren't just features. They're the difference between struggling and surviving. And I intend to survive.